To finish up section 11.7, we're going to look at the extended parallel proportionality conjecture. So for all the examples we looked at so far, we've only looked at one set of parallel lines, but this can actually be extended infinitely as long as the lines are parallel. So if two or more lines pass through two sides of a triangle parallel to the third, then they divide the two sides proportionally. When doing this, you just have to pick the right set of proportions. It doesn't really matter which sides you decide to work with, as long as you pick the right segments. So for example, let's note that this segment is parallel to this segment, is parallel to this segment, is parallel to this. And we need to find A, B, and C. So for the first one, if we want to find A, for example, the segment cut by the parallel lines across from A on the other side is 20. So we definitely want to start with A over 20. And then we can pick any other set of sides as long as we use, the side with A on it first, the segment that A is a part of, and then the segment that the 20 is a part of. Now, if we look at this picture, the only ones that we have so far with two completed numbers are this segment, ZO, and this segment, I think it's EP. So that's what we want to use. Cross multiply, we get 10A is 280, and that tells us A is 28. Another way to check our answer is to look at the way the lines are divided. So see how the 14 is bigger than the 10? So then the A should be bigger than the, this should be a 28. The A should be bigger than the 20. Now, to find B, it's kind of our choice here. We have to have B and 25. If we want, we can pick the 14 and the 10 again, or we can pick the 28 and the 20. It doesn't matter, we're actually going to get the same answer regardless of what we do. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the 14 and the 10 again, just because they're nice and small numbers to work with. So that would be 10B and 25 times 14. Is 350. And so that means B is 35. Again, making sure this makes sense. So the B should be bigger than the opposite side because all of the segments on this side are divided into larger numbers than the segments on the opposite side. Or the segment across, I guess. But also notice that this piece, the 20, is smaller than the 25, which means the A, the 28, should be smaller than the B. So all of this needs to work together. That's how you can really check your answers. And then for C, we have D21 over C. And again, we can pick any of those other ratios. I'm just going to go back to 14 and 10. It's a really easy one to work with. So so C is on the opposite side. I was like double checking this because I was like, wait a second, all these other ones, I had the C on the top, which I could do, but if I do C over 21, then I have to make sure I do 10 over 14. So that's going to give me 14C equals 210. And C is 15. Okay, so that's how you extend this idea over and over again. This concludes section 11.7, and we will discuss and make sure if you have any questions, I can answer them.